Welcome to the pastimes. It's a podcast. We're finally doing it. Marin did it. Corolla did it. And we thought, let's try it. You know what we do each week on this show. We go through a newspaper picked out from a random date in history by none other than Dave Anthony. I, Gareth Reynolds, have never seen it, and neither is this week's guest. Put the money down, Dave. The great Ryan Dalton.
Let's get back to the money.
No.
No,
Ryan,
there it is.
This is what you could win.
I mean,
this is what you could win.
Could win.
Today.
Okay. All right.
That's going to be very interesting for the opening because there is a contest, and Dave oftentimes makes it so the guest always wins. So it'll be very interesting to see if Dave decides to buck his stupid convention or just send you $100, Ryan. It's Price is Right style,
Either
too.
way, Venmo's at the Ryan Dalton.
No. You'll get that one.
What?
No,
Okay.
Nobody, don't come on the show and promote your Venmo. How long?
You also get melatonin.
How long until comedians are on stage plugging their Venmos? That has to happen.
Oh, I think I've seen it before at the end of shows.
Yeah,
where
that's
it's
not
like
surprising.
it's donations, or I've seen that.
But like during the set, it would be good to have a Venmo joke where you just promote your Venmo.
It's like the part where the comedian does merch. They just ask, my
that
Venmo
I'm okay
is this.
with. That I'm used to.
Yeah.
Well, Salty Dalty, it's nice to have you here.
What are we doing? What is that his nickname, or are you just?
Yeah.
Are you? I've never heard that.
They call him Guacamole or Salty Dalty.
That's
There's
not
an
something we do
ongoing
on this
joke
podcast.
here, Dave, that maybe you're not in on. It's a long running joke where
you don't talk about it. Go ahead.
Gareth found out that I like a certain sexual thing done, and that I should be shamed for it.
No, don't do that.
I'm not.
Putting salt on your dick.
No. That's more of a punishment.
What do you like? Say it.
I guess the clinical term is analingus. The clinical term.
But I found this out before we were all open to everything, you know?
Yeah.
And boy, I'll tell you, we had some fun.
And he still does to this day. Like, I haven't seen him.
My kink
right now.
My kink is enjoying that you like analingus, so don't shame what I love. That turns me on. See, gotcha.
Either way, you have a bar.
I like to lick his asshole.
All right, the Dollop will be right back. But Ryan, talk to me about the Formula Funcast. That is your new. What is it? It's an animated Formula One racing experience. Would that be helpful?
That's right. That's basically it. I play a character by the name of Jason Waterfalls, who's an ex-method pitchman.
And what's his policy on butt stuff?
Well, he's down for it. He's pretty much up to anything. He's an ex-method pitchman who's trying his hand at stand-up comic, and he lives in stand-up comedy. He lives in a place called Montezuma, Colorado, where him and a few other people host this podcast that he invested all of his savings into. And right now they're covering the craziness that is in the white hot sport that is F1 racing. They tune into every race.
That's how you do a pitch.
Yeah, that's right there. And then, watch these guys who don't really know much about the sport, talk about the sport, and guess upon everything that's happening and stumble through tire strategy, teams, and everything. So they talk all things F1.
You've got some stuff.
You know what's
funny, Dave? Your shirt.
Stuff talk.
Yeah, we all want to get there. I thought about when Randy Johnson threw a pitch and eviscerated a bird 2 days ago. I just driving saw a bird and I thought, Randy Johnson.
Yeah, it just
turned a bird into pepper.
It just comes into your head when you look up and see a bird once in a while. You're like, a man
Randy
killed a bird
Johnson
with a baseball.
Every time I've been to a game, I went to a Guardians game on Saturday. I was out there in the outfield. I'm like, man, Randy Johnson did kill a bird in the middle of a baseball.
He's just walking around like a regular man right now.
What talk about the worst luck for a bird ever. He's just flying through a stadium.
We should have known that we were on a bad timeline when we should have been like, we got to start changing some stuff. Pitchers are killing birds with baseballs now. This is not good. All right, Ryan. Well, you're in our world now. You're not in the world of Formula One racing. You're in our world now. Wait, I can't hear you, Ryan. And I think that's good, honestly.
Ryan, you're muted again.
You're muted.
Ryan occasionally.
There we go.
Ryan,
Sorry about that.
His computer mutes him just because it doesn't want to hear a back and forth between you two, and it's
That's
upset
fair.
by what you're doing.
That's one
Gareth.
of the few things that AI's gotten right is stepping in when there's bits. Ryan, how we like to start this is that Dave has picked out this this stupid newspaper, and you and I are going to guess what year it's from. The winner gets $100, whoever's closest. And it's not Price is Right rules. You are allowed to go over it. It's who's ever closest. But you do get $100 if you get it right. By the way, don't be one of those dicks who's like, where's that money? If 2 months from now there's no follow-up. Just be cool.
Yeah.
So
I'll send an email right now. Hold on.
You will not. So this, put your hands down. So this could be from the 1700s, the 1800s, could be the 1900s. But I just want you to pick a year. What's your gut? What's your hole telling you?
Why? What do you
Use
do?
your use your butt oracle.
I want to say 1954.
Interesting. I don't think you're right. I think it's 1888.
Oh man. Ryan wins. It is 1885.
Shut the fuck up. Why do you do this?
What do you mean?
I'm 3 years off. Ryan, I've actually guessed it right before and lost. So
I saw Dave Hill came within a year.
Yeah.
Ryan had a 5 in his, and that's how we were judging it today.
Oh, rolls of 5. So close.
August 15th, 1885. That's how we keep the guessing game fresh, is by having different ways that you can get closest to the number. August 15th, 1885, the Tarkio Avalanche, Tarkio, Missouri.
Ooh.
Which I don't think is a place. I've never heard of it.
I don't know. I was in Timonium. Oh no, that's Maryland. Then whatever. Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. I'm actually going to leave. I'm leaving.
A lot of people confuse Maryland and Missouri.
They have M's. They're states. There's a lot going for those two.
Is Missouri the worst state in the country?
No, it isn't.
What is?
I don't know.
I would say if you look at statistics, it's Mississippi. But as far as anecdotal, I'm still sticking with Arizona. You suck, Arizona.
I don't know. It's a tough one for me because Florida's pretty grotesque.
I just went to Florida and I did not. I wanted to go in with my bias, just a wagon, and I was like, I don't hate it.
It is a nice tropical place. It's the people that's the problem, but not all the people are bad. It's not a huge.
It's a vast state on top of it.
It's a lot. It's big.
It's a vast state. They've done a ton of gerrymandering.
I actually met him when I was out there.
Jerry?
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah,
he's sexy.
He's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Timonium, Maryland.
I'll leave it at Oklahoma then. A full-grown fraud.
I really thought you were going to say frog, and that was also exciting. But go ahead.
Oh, wouldn't that have been good? A writer in the Haralson in Georgia, Banner, thus exposes one of the most transparent frauds of the age. I herein and hereby take occasion to expose another one of the frauds that is being daily and hourly perpetrated on our unsuspecting men.
Finally.
Poor men.
Sweet little men.
I say men for the reason that the women have got better sense than to be victimized by it.
Oh, come on. It's a double whammy on the man.
I allude to the shirt that is made wrong side foremost with a back alley to it, split open on the south side, not even a window in front.
Ryan, shirt with a back alley. Come on, buddy.
I mean, this sounds like this fashion statement, whatever. It sounds like it's a reverse cape that this guy's upset about, right?
It is a little aprony.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. A reverse cape. So, made wrong side foremost with a back alley to it, split open on the south side, not even a window in the front.
That is,
yeah. So it's a drape. Yeah, you're right. It sounds like a reverse cape.
Yeah.
Which is look.
But this person is correct to start out the paper about this if that's what's going on.
Well, I don't know. I mean, again,
it's a useless shirt.
It's
Gareth.
I don't.
What are you doing?
I don't shirt shame here. I just want you guys are shirt shaming. So It's gross.
As a fraud, I align it alongside a circus show. Hitting hard.
So this is a shirt circus. A shirkus.
It keeps out the air on the front side and is about.
Well, that's a big complaint I have is air. The air contact with a
front side. But what about the back side, Gareth?
Well,
your back's cold.
Total ventilation.
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of 7-year itching. Listen, you know me. I hate pants, but I want that air blocked.
You're a hot back guy.
I'm a big hot back guy.
Yeah, I'm the same. Very gross.
I like a hot back.
Okay. It keeps out the air on the front side and is about all it does keep out for the fleas, red bugs, etc. Walk in at the back door, and when they get there, they are at home till Sunday at least.
So this man,
red bugs, ticks.
I mean, it sounds like
a red bug.
It sounds like just infested. This man is just infested with mites and ticks and
it is a mite.
And his only defense is a shirt.
I mean, look,
so his complaint. This man has not found pants. Correct?
Yeah.
Well, these are. We're talking about his upper half, so the pants don't matter. He's not.
So he's got a backless shirt.
Cape.
Yeah,
he's wearing a reverse cape, as Ryan has pointed out.
But he keeps saying back door.
Is he mad that he bought it?
I think he is. I think he has buyer's remorse.
Is this a letter to? Is this like early Yelp right now? Like he's letting people know these shirts are kind of bullshit.
Yeah, he's leaving a review on like Target, the website or whatever.
Right.
Which are, by the way, that should just be a hobby.
Illegal.
If we ever get any time to just go on Target and just read the angry comments.
Oh my God. The operation can't be successfully performed with, what a luxury it is to scratch. The operation can't be successfully performed with a locust back shirt on. I was about to forget to tell you that I have one. Gareth already included that in because you were yelling about it.
It's pretty obvious. He knows everything about it.
It is nearly worn out, and I am glad of it too. How do you wear out a backless shirt? So he wore it
so much that it's toast, and he's like, "This shirt sucks."
I don't think they had a lot of clothes back then. So you got a shirt, you're like, "This is my shirt."
Yeah, this shirt took 3 months to get knitted, so I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah. What do you have? Like 3?
Yeah. Well, there weren't. I mean, it wasn't mass manufacturing of clothes yet. So
no. And how are we washing? River?
Yeah, we're probably. Well, no, they have a washing tub.
Every home had a wash tub. Okay.
Tide as in low tide. They wash in low tide.
That's right. That's what I meant.
That's good.
I am nearly worn out too.
I'm fucking done. By the way, I'm done with this shit.
What's great about this is like, my back is burned and all covered in bugs. And someone's like, Frank, just button it up in the back.
Yeah.
There's a.
Maybe turn it around so it's in front.
Yeah. Then it's like a thing we have already.
And stop writing that letter because
having this conversation with him where he's like, I'm fixing to just kill myself. But Frank,
there's no way out.
No point. I got mites in my back door. It's over.
Last Tuesday it was cloudy, and that is the time when we town fellows hoe our gardens. I hoed mine. I hoed a while with my coat on, got hot too, and pulled it off. Soon got on my vest and went at it right. About 3 o'clock, my friend, John Baskin, who was hoeing his garden about 100 yards off, hallowed out, "Hello, Squire, your back is mighty red." I felt round, and sure enough, it was so sore I had to quit work and go to the house, and it's been getting sore ever since. And Dr. Fitz says, when I get a brand new hide on my back, he hopes I'll take better care of it. I think this person might be just clinically.
Is this the report of the world's first sunburn?
I mean, it's a
new
guy who
hide?
doesn't understand.
You mean when your skin grows back?
No, like a new, raw hide or something to put on his, like some leathery back cover. Ryan, it's around this time when I like to remind you that this is the first article in a newspaper.
Okay. Okay.
So this is the lead out as a guy who got infested with bugs. Like if
this is top story.
This is the number one story in the paper.
Okay. All right.
And it's about a guy who
infested with bugs and then severely burned.
Can we really get a picture of this shirt? Because I don't know. It fully turned into smock for me during this explanation that he's out there naked in just a front cape. Like, I think that's the best definition of what it is.
It's like they put a hospital gown on him.
Right. Yeah. Yes. That's what I'm picturing. And he's just out there nude hoeing. And he got bit and burned.
Because he never names the shirt. It doesn't have a name.
I think it's on Tuck It. Am I
wrong? The smallest baby.
News story.
I would have led with that.
I agree.
She lives in Philadelphia.
But the first one was full-grown fraud. So everything is like size is a grabber.
It's about size. Her height is but a trifle over 5.5 inches and her weight less than 3 pounds.
Well, I'm sorry. This is not okay.
Yeah.
Well, hold on.
A fetus.
She is round, plump, and shapely, as bright as a new dollar, and sound as a drum. So she's just a healthy, tiny baby.
I don't.
At 5 inches,
she's a healthy, tiny baby.
5 inches and 3 pounds.
Healthy?
Sometimes they come out
an action figure.
Maybe they didn't realize that. And she doesn't move. She sits on the mantle.
Oh, well, where you put a baby is where you want to put it on the mantle.
Have I introduced you to my daughter Ruth?
She's above the roaring fire.
Yeah.
Her name is Decora Mabel Summers. In spite of her diminutive size, Miss Summers has
the idea of calling a premature fetus just.
I don't think she's premature.
Cutie. I don't know what she is, but she ain't born. She ain't alive.
In spite of her diminutive size, Miss Summers has a robust voice, which can be heard from the garret to the cellar without straining an ear. And her physician declares she is as healthy a child as he has ever met in the whole course of his professional career. So she's fine. She's just small. You have a bias against tiny babies.
I mean, I guess we were smaller back before,
right.
Health and medicine essentially back in the 1800s, we were all 3 apples tall. If we're talking about baby scale,
he's right. Back then, we were all 3 apples tall.
And we sat on the mantle when we were born. That's where they put us.
You're talking about crab apples. I'm not even going to get into this.
We were known as mantlers.
Yeah.
This baby is not. First of all, this baby is not 3 apples tall. So even with our new way of thinking, no.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
She's exactly. Why would 5.5 inches? That's 3 apples. If you got some sweet apples.
What kind of apples are you talking about? Where are you getting your apples?
First of all, I'm talking about a Honey Crisp.
Well, then this baby is 1 Honey Crisp height. You are out of your tits, sir. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is insane.
You are insane.
Her mother, Miss Mary Emma Summers, is a strong and healthy woman, 35 years, who is also the mother of 5 other children, all good size. Her father, Harry, is a barber by trade, and when questioned about his youngest daughter, he said, quote, "Yes, she is a little tot, and I have been advised to exhibit her about the country as a curiosity."
There it is.
The doctor assures me she will never attain any size. She is now the smallest baby that ever is known to live.
None of this is
till the end of this week.
The tour ends Friday, when she will.
Come on down.
Hurry. By the way, if you got a cold, get in nice and close. This girl's got an immune system that's roaring.
Since her birth, she has not grown 1/2 inch in height, though she is a trifle heavier.
This is a stillborn child. This guy's like, we should be doing venues.
She's growing wider, Gareth.
What does that even mean? She's
putting on weight.
Putting on
so
some
she's
weight.
just becoming a line?
Well, she's doing what she's supposed to do. And
She's an ear of corn?
I don't even... You're so anti-tiny baby.
Stop. Don't shame me for being anti-baby.
Immediately after she was born, I weighed her, and she scarcely pulled the scale down to the 2-pound mark. Today, she is just 2 pounds and 3/4, and that includes her clothing. She was born on Decoration Day. That's why we call her Decora.
Fatty.
That's right.
If there was Child Protective Services, they would be stepping in back then.
Oh,
are you looking up Decora?
Yeah.
Are you trying to find some sort of...
Yeah, nothing comes up except for this news story.
I wonder why. Yeah. Because this did not happen. This is not real. This is just a way to sell tickets to some bullshit.
And then you think that there's like a doll instead of a.
Yeah, it's like a dimly lit dime store room where they're just like, stay there now. Don't get closer. Decora's crabby.
Okay, here's a story from months later. Oh, I can't look at this one. And it's in Australia. Gross. So they're talking about it in Australia now.
Well, maybe the funeral of Decora.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe she franchised.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say, but that's it.
Do you need me to say anything? Because I'll tell you that it's totally bullshit.
What we don't like is naysayers on this podcast.
Is that right? Ryan, thoughts? The child, real, fake?
I don't look. I think it's the best part is that look, we're gonna get her out working. She's gonna go into showbiz real quick, and if she doesn't, she's gonna get into the factory and start making these backless shirts.
Right,
little Decora in a factory.
She's got tiny hands. She can make the buttons.
Excuse me, can you lift me up there, please? I'm trying to keep my hand out there. Hello? Hello?
You know what?
What day's payday? When do we get paid?
This is not an anti-tiny baby podcast.
I see you guys at the saloon. I go there to forget to put your drink. Hey, let's bang some of those workers at the saloon.
The fuck?
I'm Decora. I'm 4 days old now.
You're gonna take so much. You're gonna take so much heat for this episode. I'm right there.
I don't know if I should be working with Cole.
I'm starting the subreddit thread.
Oh, go.
Yeah.
Go.
Me.
Go.
Barbara Fisher, the witch of the Allegheny Mountains.
Go on.
The bringing of a lawsuit in a justice's court in one of the back regions of this country by a young man against his mother to recover damages for the loss of a dog, which he claims she bewitched, so that it ran in a circle until it died with exhaustion.
Dog got sick. Witch did it?
No, well, the dog ran in circles until it died.
Right.
I mean,
which is unusual.
Yeah.
To burn a witch, I've heard of that, but to sue a witch, that's different.
It's America.
Yeah.
Well, you throw a witch in water, and if she starts swimming, you sue her. You never heard about the third option. Suing a witch.
The witch's court.
Yeah.
Oh my God, a witch's court. That's gonna happen soon. There's gonna be a witch's. Yep. There's gonna be a witch's court.
So it seemed like the judge didn't really want to hear what you were saying, even though you had receipts.
Well, he'll see one day. We'll show him.
Is this your eye of newt?
Going to turn green. So, where am I? Okay. Oh, sorry. It brought in notice that the fact that there is an almost general belief of witchcraft, charms, and magic spells among the farming population in those isolated localities.
So blaming poor crops on witchcraft
and dying dogs and whatnot.
Right. Yeah.
And that there are many old women who are regularly consulted by young and old, and in whose arts and supernatural powers they put the greatest faith. I mean,
any old woman was a witch.
Yeah.
What's the difference between going to a church and
Right. And if the crops ain't growing, it's not the water that's not falling from the sky. It's the witch.
We've alluded to
Always.
this before.
Every
but
time.
How long until this country, because of crop failure, starts doing a version of this?
Oh, not long.
Over
Crop failures
under,
coming
let's set
soon.
to
We're on
12
track.
years. 12 years over under.
Yeah,
evil.
I'd say
Evil's responsible for it. We'll
I'd
call it
say
evil
under.
at first.
Under
Under.
12 years until
Yeah, I
people
think
start
under.
blaming drought on witches or fairies.
Because Ryan's right. It'll be evil at first, and then you have to find a source for the evil.
Always. That's the best.
At the trial or lawsuit mentioned several of these witch women testified in the case, and the curious and absurd beliefs they profess were given in great detail. The principal one, and the one most sought for advice and counsel, is Barbara Fisher, who lives in the Drunkard Settlement, 5 miles from Reinholdsville. I think a drunkard settlement are prohibitionists.
Oh, that
think.
changed completely. That went from where I wanted to go to where I'd never be.
Right. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I could be wrong. But she lives in a small cabin in the mountains. She's 80 years old. She's bent and gray. Well, you don't want to be gray.
Oh, that's textbook witch. Bent, gray, cabin, woods.
The cops filing the report. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty obvious what's going on here. She's bent. She's gray.
Yeah.
She's got a broom in her house. We know
Lives
what we're
alone.
dealing with.
Woods.
Lives alone. Woods.
Cabin. Check.
Come
check.
on here. What are we doing here?
But she is still active and well
ma'am,
preserved.
where are your potions, please? You got any potions in here?
Not really, but
No,
it is.
it's-
You could look under the bed. There might be something, but I did.
Johnson,
Check
check it out. She's got a broom.
Yeah, she's got a broom.
I sweep.
Is this your cap, ma'am?
Yes.
Put your hands behind your
Tommy.
back.
What?
You are under arrest for presumption of witchcraft.
She is still active and well preserved. She's well preserved like a 5.5-inch baby.
Hello.
She is shrewd. She's a shrewd, cunning old woman and lives alone. She's so independent that she will
Ryan.
take. Ryan's really
He was ahead
Cunning.
of this one. He was
Shrewd
ahead-
cunning.
he was
I'm
ahead
seeing
of
the
this one.
evolution of a slur in the very beginning, aren't we? Shrewd cunning. How can I shorten that down? How do I get that and just like land it on a hard T? How do I do that? We're seeing the beginnings of it.
Cunning is so cumbersome.
Shrewd cunning.
She's so independent that she will take the case of no one who is a neighbor to her or who thinks she lives in any large town unless the applicant only wants her to treat for a common ailment requiring no wonder working.
So,
Okay.
an old woman who wants to be left alone unless you have a health question is a witch.
And then doesn't want like people from other
want
towns, like
bullshit.
cities coming.
Yeah, doesn't want
she's like,
doesn't
"Leave me
want,
alone,
doesn't
man."
want annoying people to come up to her. Witch.
I will
Ace.
say the next time I get my oil changed and they try to upsell me, I'm going to be like, no wonder working.
Yeah,
No
there'd
wonder
be
working.
no wonder working
Leave that
over
out.
here, please.
Just the oil
Always.
change.
Yeah,
A
not falling for your
sufferer-
wonder working.
A sufferer from hurts, fits, burns, and similar ailments, she will treat it once, and men, women, and children come from far and near to seek her aid.
Hey, you that lady that fixes fits and burns?
Yeah.
Witch.
If a child is deformed, demented, or afflicted in any way, it is taken
My
to
daughter's
Dame
3 inches tall and only grows sideways. You got any?
Normal. She's
okay.
normal.
Oh, thank you.
It is taken to Dame Fisher. If a farmer has a horse stolen, the first thing he does is to consult the old woman and implore her
Ma'am,
to
can
aid
I
him.
borrow a moment of your my shirt is so long in the front and the back is like I just am covered in bugs.
Yeah.
Who did this?
Turn it around.
Oh my God, a witch.
And implore her to aid him in recovering the lost animal and detecting the thief. If there's trouble with cattle, if crops look bad, her aid is the first thing sought.
So she
stands
seems
right-
like a very good witch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just helping people.
And one dog spun a few times and died, and now we're like, get her out of here.
Well,
I think that's what happens when the dog has like brain issues. So the dog just had
Brain
a
worms.
Yeah, the dog had like a brain issue.
I've never heard of that. Is that actually a thing where they run around?
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, you'll do it soon.
It also
Not all
could be a
dogs are
rabies
good.
thing.
Yeah, not all good dogs.
Are good.
Not all the goodest dogs. Sometimes you get a couple,
Well, yeah. I mean,
you get a couple weird wood dogs.
Yeah.
What?
There's some
Parasite dogs.
Yeah, but there's still, I mean, what are you going to do? You don't, what are you going to do?
There's bad dogs.
Wow.
Take it to the witch vet.
Wow, Reddit is on
dogs.
fire with your shit right now, Dave. You are so Reddit fucked right now. What are you doing? This is recorded.
I love when people are like, there are no bad dogs. And then it's the way people raise them.
Yeah.
Right, so they're raised to be bad.
Yes. Like criminals.
Well, it's a classic nature versus nurture, which I love
you can
no.
Yeah, but you can raise a dog to be a bad dog.
Get him, Reddit.
She stands at ready anytime to extend her aid, and if she fails, it is attributed unanimously to a lack of faith in her on the part of the person she's working with. So it's just like church. In her healing operation, she has no medicines, but depends upon her charms. Her powwows consist of breathing on the afflicted part, waving the hand over it, and accompanied by a few muttered words.
I know where Ryan would say hurt.
Yeah.
Say
my
it, Ryan.
butthole hurts.
Butthole.
Say it.
Say my butthole hurts. Say it. Go in and say it like you mean it.
Yeah.
Say it like
Whisper
you mean
it.
Say
Whisper it. Get closer.
Yelling it like a mine. There's an echo.
She's only one of many witch women who are consulted by their credulous
What is with witch women?
neighbors.
It feels like they were just like the preferred term is witch women.
The most of these women live alone. Each has a mystery book, which is an ancient volume printed in the German language.
Sprechen Sie Witch.
Yes, Sprechen Sie Witchy.
Which is consulted when charms are to be worked. Old Mother Ros, who lives in Reinholdsville, had the
By the way, that's a weird nursery rhyme start.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
That guy was like, I should probably rethink this opening. That is fucking chaotic.
Had the entire farming neighborhood working every night for weeks in search of gold. That's not a witch.
That's a slave owner. That's like someone who's someone who's just putting people to fucking work. She's a witch.
And when they failed to find it, she gave as a reason that some of them had a cow with blood in its horn, and until that could be found and killed, and the blood drawn from the horn and spilled on the ground in the moon's third quarter, it would be useless to look further for the treasure.
I know
and
we couldn't find
right.
any. I know we couldn't find any. Let me ask a crazy question.
Does
anyone have a cow with blood in its horn? Because if so, we're going to have to wait. Oh, Christ.
Yeah,
we would take it all weekend.
That's why I've been keeping the blood.
That's just strange and also makes a lot of sense. I should have said it. All right. Well, we just have to wait 3 quarters or something now. Whatever it was. I don't remember.
Nobody told me that's going to stop the gold.
Christ. Ted.
I got to tell you, the bloodhorn thing sounds like a stall tactic until you find gold.
I think that's right.
Yeah. I think I think that's something you just keep adding on to. So, you found the bloodhorn?
Well,
was it a brown cow?
See,
That's
a little while
spots. Does it have nope?
2 spots. Okay.
Gotta need 5 of those.
Keep digging, boys.
So this goes on and on. So I'm going to cut to the end because it's just giving examples of what witches do. But in the potency of the witch Hazel, the wonder workers chiefly rely. It is burned to ashes. In the blossoms used, young women carry its leaves in their bosoms as a love charm and sleep with them under their pillows to make their dream to make them dream of their lovers. But of the persons who testified in the lawsuit, only one said he had never had a relative bewitched. The witness who testified in
a fucking criminal lawsuit against witches is such a great time.
It's great.
Law we figured out, but superstition remains. We are suing witches.
The witness who testified in behalf of the person who claimed his dog had been bewitched declared that since he had sided with him, his well had gone dry, his cow gave bloody milk, and his 3 weeks baby had refused to be suckled, and he expected it to die at any time. The justice of the peace...
He's on a bad run.
Yeah, I mean, also,
like
he has no water.
Yeah. No.
I mean, all this comes back to no water.
Yeah, well, the baby won't suckle. Here, I'll get some milk from the cow. Oh, it's blood.
The justice of the peace endeavored to ridicule the idea of witchcraft to the people present, but they insisted in their belief, and he gave the owner of the dog a judgment of $3 for the loss of his dog, the woman admitting that she had dosed it to death.
Oh, shit.
Well, okay. I guess that's an open and shutter right there. Who'd have thought? You think there'd be a little cross-examination?
Quite a twist at the end there. All right, I poisoned it. All right, give him $3. We can all go home.
I mean...
Pretty expensive dog for back in the day. $3.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is an expensive dog.
Yeah,
that's a real expensive... I think that's like... I thought that was what a horse cost.
Yeah. Well, listen to you with your fucking Ryan.
$3, man.
Back then, you could get a horse
change
for that money.
A dog.
Yeah. You get a horse for that cash and a barn door.
You could probably get a house for
left over for a house.
Yeah. It might have been a great dog. That makes a lot more sense.
Let me look it up. $3 in 1885.
I'll say it was.
Yes.
I'll say it was $100. No, I'll say it was $50.
No, it's going to be like 4,000.
It is to calculate. Oh no, it's $99.
All right, I'm gonna leave the show.
$4,000. There were only 4,000 ones printed that year. That's it.
They call. First of all, Ryan, I'm the human calculator of the show, so we will edit this part out. We cannot have you souring my good name.
No, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, we will. Cut this out.
No.
Cut it out.
You came in green today.
I'm sick.
Secretary Endicott seems to be the right man in the right place. He has just decreed that all the military dudes who have been sitting around in the eastern cities in soft places shall go to the front and do a little active service.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man.
We're at war.
Round up people who aren't white.
Stop.
Moving.
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah, what? I'm saying this. We're saying the same thing. These guys are hanging around. We should put them to use. Separate.
Oh, you're talking
families.
about now. This was all cool back then, not now.
Yeah. This is a different time.
Yeah,
this was when the white people should have been rounded up by a group and stopped for illegal immigration.
We were involved in Panama, Haiti, and the Sino-French War, which included battles in Vietnam. We had a little bit of stuff going on there. And the Apache conflict. So we were doing our stuff. I bet that's about the Apaches, I would imagine, because they said eastern cities, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was... Ryan, you thinking Apaches?
I'm thinking Apaches, yeah. Definitely, it's no Navajo, but definitely Apaches.
Nothing,
Thus,
not a no.
Apache conflict.
Bingo. Agreed, Dave. We
come back with affirmative.
It's Apaches.
Here's just a little blurb. The Institute is booming, and so is the girls blooming.
Such a little bird.
It's a great tag.
I'm just gonna. I'm reading the rest of it. Really
George, you're awful sweaty. George, you are very sweaty. What are you doing? Why are you dripping sweat?
Here.
Your sweat's brown.
I'm just gonna put
Looks like you fell in well water, huh?
Well, There's some
Jesus
little
Christ.
teenies outside.
What are you
little teeny
rubbing
girls,
all over your... What?
teenagers, young women running around out front of the newspaper. I'm going to put a little blurb in here about it. They're blooming.
Okay.
They're
Why are you so out of
blooming.
breath? You're gassed. Why are you huffing? Okay.
It's like running.
Okay.
Watching them is like...
Okay.
It's like running through a field.
All right, lay down. Lay down. Don't write anything for a little while. Sleep this off. There you go.
Damn.
There you go. All right. Shh, 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 shh.
Damn.
Shh, 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 shh. Let me blow out the lights. I'm gonna blow the lights out here.
I'm still like, is this what he's seeing, or is this early weather reporting? Like, it's hot enough that the women are hot to me.
I don't know. It seems weird to call him hot. So.
I think he's the Institute is booming. Okay. So that's like something is taken off, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so is the girls blooming. So he's got to say that the girls are becoming women, right?
I think that's what it is.
I don't think there can be any other interpretation.
My favorite time of year.
Unless it's like a Last of Us thing and there are some fungi hitting and the girls are actually becoming flowery because the fungus is
Stop talking.
manifesting within them and turning them into a plant kind of thing.
I've watched The Last of Us and I'm lost. Ryan, thoughts?
Yeah.
Well,
I thought this guy was
terrible,
charged up
terrible
because
show.
it was sundress season. That's what I was getting out of it. Yeah.
Okay. That's how I feel. I don't think the fungus stuff is.
I think the fungus in The Last of Us is in the writer's room.
Just... The hell was that?
Yeah, might as well. Dr. A.D. Gillum is gone.
Fuck.
Too soon.
We only mention this fact for the fear that there may be some who did not know that he was here. That's a little rough.
Yeah.
So for those of you just finding out, what a roller coaster.
It is
Here's
a
a
small
guy
loss.
and he's gone.
Yeah, you could
It's
have
a
been
small
going to a
loss.
doctor this whole time, but you chose a witch.
Instead, you've been digging gold at the witch's house.
I didn't know it was Macau.
Yeah.
Doctor right down the street.
It is a small loss that he's gone and a small loss to those who did not know he was here. He came here several months ago and started
Obituary?
He started a prohibition drug. It's not an obituary.
Okay.
Sounded like
He started a prohibition drugstore with a view of catching the prohibition trade and medical practice. So he's trying to start an alcohol-free
Yeah.
drugstore.
Dr. Oz. Right.
a
I assume
sober
this is when
drugstore.
people must have gone in to get a drink, or maybe we're also talking about did prohibition include like heroin and
Hilarious if
Opium.
it didn't.
Opium.
Hilarious if they're like, booze is doing it. Now, here you are, John. Shoot up.
I bet it included opium and cocaine.
I wonder. I think that would maybe be seen as medical.
So he got neither. The prohibitionist traded to the other drugstores and failed to employ him in sickness. And so the doctor shook the dust of Tarkio from his feet, taking all of his fanaticism with him. The prohibition cause will be gainer by his absence. The doctor made the assertion in summer that if he had a drop of Missouri blood in his veins, he would cut it out. So he's not happy. That means this place sucks.
Sounds kind of like
I've said that about Missouri.
We've driven through there, and you've tried to cut out whatever part of you came into contact with it.
They're a little.
Is that it? That is an obituary. It's a real.
No, we suppose that after he gets across the line, he will take a course of Turkish baths or go to some other cleansing process in order to purify himself. Goodbye, doctor. Your short residence in Missouri may have taught you a valuable lesson after all. So he rolled in with he's like, these people will enjoy my my prohibition business, and people were like, nah, we're good. And then he left, and the newspaper is upset about it.
Super weird article.
super weird.
Sometimes
Not necessary.
Yeah, like
Filler.
Yeah, kind of like I guess goodbye to the dick doctor who is here. He's out.
Yeah.
And I guess
They
he's
said-
taking his lame store that sucks with him.
Yeah, his shit starts. So this guy had a personal problem with him, and his
It sounds personal.
It does.
yeah, this is very personal.
There's a lot of power hungry editor at this rag.
That's right. Peoria Enterprise. Talking about bed bugs, said a fat drummer from New York. Jesus.
You guys, what are you guys talking about? Infestation?
Talking about bed bugs, tell you I've had my share of experience with them. You've heard of bed bugs coming down to the hotel register and looking to see what rooms guests were assigned to, haven't you? Well, I was the man who discovered that. Okay, so he stayed in a hotel that had bed bugs.
Yeah.
How great is it that bed bugs have like hung around for that?
They're
like,
timeless.
We're still like these fucking assholes.
They're a real problem today in many major cities.
They
New
have
York,
a huge comeback. Absolutely.
Yes.
They
are.
And in New York, they like get into stores, like department stores and stuff. And
that's just heaven for bed bugs. Bed bugs going into like a New York store, like, boys, we eating.
Well, I was the man who discovered that. Then you've heard of the the bugs that got into a bed, the legs of which were set in pans of water, I suppose. They climbed up to the ceiling and dropped down on their victims.
So there's a theory that you put the legs of the bed in like water cups and that prevent like they're on it. It's like you moat the legs of your bed, and
I
these
think
ones
that
are
was-
Mission Impossibling. In.
That's correct.
They deserve it. They're on.
They do.
Give it up. Let them
Let 'em
run
suck
the
the
world for a
blood.
little while. Let them go.
Yeah, let them feast
Let
on
'em
your back.
cook. Yeah.
Yeah, that was how they thought to stop bed bugs, was to put something on
I don't hate it.
the posts.
I wouldn't
of the-
say no to it,
legs.
as I don't know how to stop bed bugs outside of not being gross.
You ever had them, Ryan?
No, but I've seen them in many high quality hotel rooms. I've
Have
stayed
you
in
really?
Oh yeah, like literally, like
Do you check?
Oh yeah, oh,
I
of
check.
course. Hotel beds are literally the most disgusting
Where do you
things on the
check?
face of the planet.
I lift up the
But under
corners
the
of the bed.
sheets, literally
Lift the
on.
sheets
Yeah,
up.
yeah. You lift the sheets up. Yeah,
The
it's
sheets
gross.
or the sheets?
The sheets and the sheets.
What do you
Okay.
What do you do if you find them?
You report what's going on, and you probably don't end up sleeping on that that bed that night.
That whole hotel's fucked. I had ants in my room once, and
Oh,
I
many
called
times.
down, and I was like, it was like real bad. And the guy comes up, he's like, so we're going to raid the room. You might want to stay out for like 45 minutes. I was like, I'm going to put my foot down here and say I'm going to need to be relocated in this establishment.
Yeah, raid the room. No,
So I stayed in actually where this story is from, Peoria. I was doing a comedy club there, and I was in a hotel room, and I woke up at night and I turned on the light, and the floor was covered in weird bugs, and I was just like, what in the fuck?
no.
I mean, I have no idea what they were, but they were just all over. And I was just like, oh, these things come at night. Like this is just a thing that happens. They're not here tonight. These bugs come at night. So I grabbed all my shit and went out. But like,
We're just not.
the lady
supposed
was
to
just
be-
like, yeah, we'll put you in another room. I was like, so you knew.
That was the
You put me in a
same.
room,
That
you
was with the
knew.
ants. The ants thing was how much they were like, oh yeah, we got a whole protocol for ants. I was like, so some fucking dude just comes here and sprays Raid. Fix it. The thing about the hotel model is that you really, like any complaint, you're like,
You can't.
yeah, you're going to be gone in 2
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
It takes 3 days to solve it. And you're like, you're not going to do shit.
You really can't think very much about what happens in a hotel.
No. No.
You just got to go in there and sleep.
That's
because-
just plow through it.
Yeah.
Plow
there's some
through it.
bad
Howie
shit.
Mandel was right. He wasn't right about a lot, but hotel living, he seemed to be right. He just would
Yeah.
make roads of towels everywhere he went.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
I do too.
I knew someone who used to bring flip flops to take showers and walk around the bathroom in.
I don't
That's
hate
not
it.
a bad idea. I don't hate it.
I know
either.
somebody brings the Ziploc bag to put the remote in just to use the remote because he said that's the dirtiest thing in the whole.
That is the
hotel
dirtiest
room.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I used to hand sanitize the remote, and I've stopped. I should go back to that. That's what we're saying here, right?
Great. We're just giving you more neuroses to go forward with.
I think this is what I need, more protocols.
I try to come on the ceiling.
All right,
Yeah.
everybody, that's the pastimes.
Well, I am the very man. He's talking about them dropping down from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am the very man they lit on, but that's nothing compared to an experience I had a few weeks ago down at Peoria. Never saw such enterprising bugs as there are in that town. Me too.
Wow, look at Dave. Is your brother?
I'm with this guy.
Wow.
Going down to the hotel
Bug
register is an old game with them, and about played out. Yes, this is my experience. Oh,
Do you know, Dave, your alarm, take your pills. Do you know how crazy it is that I've never thought about how back then you always had to go to the front? Like you'd be on the third floor and be like,
here we go.
if it wasn't fixed, you'd be like, "Ugh."
You see, there are so many many bugs in the hotels there that competition is pretty strong, and the bug that depends on the register for a living is going to get left. All the wide awake, business-like, prosperous bugs in Peoria accompany guests to the depot, and they're run up and down the platform watching which hotel bus gets the most
Now
in the
we're-
incoming passengers and the fastest ones. So they're saying
They're saying the
saying
bugs
that-
are.
Are they saying the bugs leave Peoria with the guests?
I guess maybe they are. It definitely sounds like the bugs are staking out, doing their homework.
Yeah.
That is the
I
bus
feel
they
like
get into. Yeah.
feel like they mentioned up top that the bugs actually kind of checked into their own room at the hotel.
Yeah.
Like as guests. And probably had a credit card. And
I love that too.
yeah.
Also fun.
I know this to be a fact because I am one of the fattest men on the road, but he's talking about fat with bugs, I think.
I have a wealth of bugs.
I'm a train wreck man. I'm 8,000 bed bugs in a man outfit.
You think you have bugs? I have a gross of bugs.
Sitting next to him on a bus. Excuse me, ma'am. Oh my God. Will you ring the bell so the bus stop? I gotta get to Peoria. Bugs coming out of his mouth.
Albert the elephant Albert of the Barnum Show, who was shot a few days ago because he had killed his keeper.
Christ.
He's a murderer, Gareth.
No, he's not. I do love that. How it's like if an animal in enclosure attacks a human, we're like, well, this thing's crazy. This animal's out of control.
But then they didn't. Isn't that what they didn't do with the orcas? They would just ship them around. I think they're still doing it. I think they're still shipping killer orcas like around to other places, and then they kill other people. I think that's right.
Well, I remember that. Yeah.
They definitely ship them around, but I mean, their life, and I do think about the fact all the time that Blackfish came out. We were all like, what the fuck? And now SeaWorld's back on air. Like, come on, Dad. It's like,
We got a roller coaster now.
yeah, we're expanding. And you're just like, Jesus Christ,
Well,
nothing will ever stop.
The one in Vallejo had to close down. Now it's
We had
like
one
a
in Cleveland.
theme park.
Jeez,
We had a SeaWorld in Cleveland. Did you know that?
That's the sad. I mean, I'm not saying
I used to
you
work
wanted-
there.
Oh, what did you do there?
I was in
Clean
guest
the blowholes?
relations.
Guest
I did
relations?
not clean the bone. I was in guest relations, and
Is this
I
where
was
the
there.
asshole stuff
There
comes
was a
from?
year where one of the ski boats lost control and flew into the audience and basically up somebody's nose.
What?
That's a true story.
What did you do? How
You
did
know
you
who else
handle
was
that?
there? Jason Dallas was there. He worked alongside with me.
How did
And,
you?
well, I wasn't. Luckily, I was off that day. But my buddy Jason. Oh,
what
thank
a
God
day
I wasn't
to
there.
miss.
It was a nightmare. It was a massacre. It was national news at the time, and which was big news
was?
since there was no internet at the time. There was barely internet at the time, and this was a
What?
national news story. Ski boat goes into stands. Up
Is that
somebody's
what
nose.
stopped? Is that what stopped the SeaWorld in Cleveland?
No, I don't know what it stopped, but I remember going. It's very odd that we have SeaWorld in Cleveland.
There's a video.
Yeah,
there's video.
It was a big deal.
Oh my God! So there's a whole. If anybody wants to Google it, SeaWorld boat accident of 1996 on YouTube, and they go through the whole thing up until, and you were there.
Well, he had the day off. What a day to miss!
No, thank God I missed that day. That was a day that an hourly employee shouldn't have to sit there and answer to the wave of people who were traumatized by watching a boat go somebody's nose.
Wow! It's pretty long. So
it is a huge thing.
I'm gonna have to watch it later, but it's a good 6-minute video. And wow, I'd never heard of that. And
oh my God!
Yeah, man, it's fun, pretty brutal.
God.
That's why you go to SeaWorld.
Yeah. And the ribs, because I worked at a rib restaurant there too. You get the ribs.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to find some. I'm gonna throw up in a drawer. Working at a rib restaurant and
the smokehouse right behind the Killer Whale Stadium.
Man, those animals, those are big fish, huh? I think they're man. Yeah. You want to get ribs?
Yep.
Okay, the elephant Albert of the Barnum Show, who was shot a few days ago because he had killed his keeper, was given to the Smithsonian Institute by Mr. Barnum. And 2 of the Institute staff were sent to dissect him. The head and trunk were first removed, and then the hide was taken off in 2 pieces, being split in the back and belly, just like a shirt. The hide was in many places 1.25 inches thick, and the work required nearly 3 hours. The skeleton
Why does this need to be an article? Like, you could just be like, there's an elephant in the Smithsonian now.
The skeleton was then dissected, and every bone saved intact. The firing party that executed Albert consisted of 29 men, 12 of whom fired at the heart and 17 at the head. During the autopsy, 6 bullets were found in the heart, and they had all been flattened. In the evening, those Epicurean tastes dined on the elephant steak. And
then they ate it?
God!
Jesus Christ.
It is reported.
That is savage.
It is bad. It is bad. We are bad.
But I respect him for not wasting meat at the same time.
Stop it. We are bad. The guy who's just imagine during an autopsy being like, am I crazy to think we should grill this thing up later?
No, hold on. It gets worse. And it is reported that many of the diners did not know what they were eating. Pronounced the steak unusually fine in flavor, but a bit tough. So they didn't tell them what they were feeding them.
This T-bone's misshapen.
These ribs are kind of big.
These are big. I mean, it's like eating like the Flintstones. This calamari's very chewy. Ma'am, that's trunk.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What's for dessert? Elephant ears?
You can't really. Although, look, if I'm eating meat and I don't know what it is, I'm not eating it. You know what I mean? Like if they're like, yeah, no, go eat the mystery meat.
But they're not calling it the mystery meat. That's the whole thing with when you go to like a restaurant and you're like, When I read this article that calamari was pig anus, and there was a whole operation of like that being kind of unearthed.
Is that true?
I was like, yes.
Calamari is pig anus?
In some places, they were buying pig anus and just deep frying it like calamari.
It can't be.
Poke a hole, I dare you.
Would be it's like a muscle. It's a sphincter. An anus isn't a little chewy guy. Well, you know, Ryan.
Ryan.
I don't know, but
but there's people
I know a few people who do know. And I got to tell you, their reviews across the board.
Has anyone ever come up and said
calamari? And if I could only have cocktail sauce with this, was there?
God, I got my drawer's full of puke, but I might need to order a new drawer to throw up in. I'm so sorry. I don't feel good. Nobody feels good.
Oh my God. Fuck.
Fuck me. Imagine that text. Hey, Barbara, can I get a quote? Dolomare.
One more.
Sure, yeah. Let's cap it.
A married woman from Mound City was up here not long ago.
I'm gonna take her to Mound City.
Mm-hmm. Passing herself off for a single girl. Good for her. Her husband wrote to certain parties there inquiring about her and asked them to try and induce her to return to his bed and board, but they never let her know that they were onto the racket. So she goes to another town to try to have a good time with some fellas, and then her husband finds out, and he writes to guys there, and he's like, "Hey, can you?" And so all these guys she's trying to hit on, have a good time with, are like, "You know what? You should go back. You should go back to Mound City."
So your husband wrote me a letter. You should go home.
No, they were all like, "Oh, this lady's here to have a good time."
Yeah, there's no way I'd be like, go to your husband.
About 2 weeks ago, she left on a southbound train, and it is to be hoped that she returned to the arms of her despairing hubby.
Yep. No way. What happened at all?
The first hot wife.
Agreed.
I mean, how long does it take you to figure out that she's cheating on you? Like, is it the first time she's gone for days on end and then comes back by train?
I mean,
that something seems suspicious in a time before almost travel.
And women not probably leaving without granted permission regularly.
Yeah.
So, boy, you sure are going to Mound City a lot. And you return with no goods. Well, Salty Dalty, Ryan Dalton, the king of Cleveland. There you go. Wow. Ryan, thank you for joining us. Expect the $100. And
exciting.
People should go. Where can people? You want to drop a website one more time just so people know where to go?
Worldofmontezuma.com is our brand there, and you can go see the Formula Funcast there, and we stream live every race day on all the platforms, all the places you can stream, your YouTubes, your X's, your Kick, your Kick, TikTok. We stream the live race days, and then post the stuff to YouTube, and then all the socials and stuff like that. So, and Gareth said he's definitely going to do it, and that's exciting. David's on the fence. I can see that by his pensive look. Yeah, but I don't blame him. But Gareth said he's definitely going to do it.
I'm in, and don't contact me. And
I'm contacting you.
Well, Ryan, we live in hell. But it was nice to escape it for an hour with you.
Yeah, thank you. It added levity to that hour, and that will go back to despair.
What's on the rest of the day for you today, Ryan? What do you got coming up?
Oh, real cool stuff. Looking at other people's social media to see what they're doing and posting and all sorts of F1. It's called research. It's called researching your competitors.
What are you, pants or shorts on right now? What are we doing?
I'm wearing shorts right now.
Boxers or no?
I don't wear boxers. I wear boxer briefs.
You have them on?
Yeah.
You got them on?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ryan. We'll see you later.